Hi, welcome to Sammy's Bookshelf. I'm Sammy and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag because I am, in fact, a Booktube newbie. The first question is, why did you start this channel? I decided to start this channel because I recently graduated high school and I started uni. The culture is a lot more relaxed and I don't have to go in every day. Currently, I'm only going in 2 days a week. And I had a lot of free time on my hands, and so I thought it'd be a good way to pass the time while also having a new hobby that didn't necessarily have to do with what I was doing in uni. It was just for fun. Really how it all started was I was binge watching all of Read by Zoe's reading vlogs, and as I was watching I just thought I could probably do that. And also I really missed video editing. I did media in high school and obviously I'm not doing media anymore because I'm doing music in uni, and so I really missed editing, and I thought, well, why not combine those things? I'm doing a lot of reading, I miss editing, and so I decided it would be a good idea to make a booktube channel. So what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I think something fun and unique I can bring to booktube is really just my own creativity. I've had a lot of different video ideas that I've been writing down. I can just see exactly in my head how I want them to be, and obviously my creative brain is different from everyone else's creative brain, so that is something unique I can bring, is my own creativity and my own ideas. It's kind of a difficult question, but that's my answer, I think. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Something that I'm most excited for is to just do a lot of editing, like I said, coming up with video ideas and making them a reality, and just being able to be creative in that way is something I'm really excited for. And of course, I'm most excited to meet other people who love books. I have like one other friend who likes reading, but everyone else just doesn't really like reading because reading is boring. I'm just excited to be able to discuss books with other people who have the same passion as me. Something I'm also really excited for is to take part in some reading challenges and readathons. I've always seen other booktubers participate in readathons and I've always watched from afar, but I've always really wanted to participate, and so I'm really excited to join in on some readathons and have a good challenge and try and read as much as possible and film it and create a video out of it. And I have been looking at Little Book Owl's readathon calendar, and I've already picked out 2 readathons that I'm really eager to participate in, so I'm very excited for that. Why do you love reading? Well, there's a lot of different reasons why I love reading. I have to admit, I don't really read to like better myself and learn new things. I kind of just love that escape and being able to go into a new world. I'm also very passionate about stories and storytelling. I think stories, they are what make the world go round. What book or series got you into reading? The series that got me into reading was definitely The Hunger Games. I was kind of in that generation, I feel like. I was too young to read Twilight when it was huge, and so just the next thing that came out when I was a bit older was The Hunger Games. And I remember I went to go see Catching Fire in theaters with my dad and my sister, and it's one of those movies where I watched it and it felt like it went for 5 minutes because it was just so great. And then we came home and obviously I was raving about it, so my sister suggested that I should just read the books, and so she had the books, so I borrowed them from her and I read the whole trilogy in a week. And from then on, that really got me into reading other YA dystopian trilogies, like of course Divergent and The Maze Runner, Delirium by Lauren Oliver, which when I think about that trilogy now and how it ended, it incites a rage in me. And then also The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, the Shadow Me trilogy, the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, all the dystopians. I went through the dystopian phase that every YA reader goes through. And then after I read The Hunger Games, of course, my sister kept recommending me different books because she used to be a big reader back in the day. She reads non-fiction business books now. Back in the day, she used to read a lot of YA. So she recommended me, let me borrow The Fault in Our Stars and Anna the French Kiss, which got me into contemporary romance, which obviously I still read today and love. And then she also recommended me The Mortal Instruments. And then of course I read and found Devices, and to this day I'm still reading Cassandra Clare and patiently waiting for Chain of Thorns to come out. that's how I got into reading. The short answer though is The Hunger Games is what got me into reading. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I have a couple of favorite booktubers, so I guess I'll frame this question by telling you who some of my favorite booktubers are. Obviously, I mentioned Read by Zoe, and then the first booktuber I ever watched was Christine from Paul and Banana's books. I also love Caddy-tastic, Jessie the Reader, and Reagan from Peruse Project. Those are definitely my favorite booktubers. And I guess what I would ask them is, since they're all booktubers that have been uploading for a very long time, my first question that came to my head was what keeps them making booktube videos consistently? And also my other question would be, what unique experiences, good experiences, have they gotten from being on booktube? Those would be the questions I would ask. Although probably after I finish filming this video and I'm editing, I'll probably think of a better question, but that's what I can think of right now. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think there'll be a lot of challenges that'll be hard to overcome. I think right now it'll be staying consistent. I really want to try and upload a video once a week, but I'm really hoping that I can stick to that schedule. And also probably editing, even though I love editing and that's kind of why I created this channel. My last video took me hours and hours and hours to edit, mainly because I kept coming up with new ideas that I wanted to implement in the editing, because I'm a creative being. So hopefully I can maybe get faster at editing as I keep making videos, but also I don't really mind because I think editing is fun. When did you start reading? So I read The Hunger Games, I believe I was 11. I'm pretty sure I was 11 the year Catching Fire came out, which would have been 2013, I think. That's when I started reading. I started reading Harry Potter when I was 9, and I read the first book, and then I borrowed the second book from my sister, but then she took it back from me because I was taking too long to read. Which is ironic now, because the last book that I lent to my sister, she had it for over a year, and she didn't even finish it. I also let her borrow A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is why it's missing from this little stack right here. There's usually 3 of these metallic, beautiful books, and so I expect to get that back the next couple of years probably. Where do you read? I read here, and I also sometimes read here when there's not a dog on it. What kind of books do you like to read? I feel like I kind of already answered this question a little bit. Obviously I read mostly YA, but I also read a little bit of adult in there as well, and new adult, which I feel like I've been getting into a bit more of new adult books just because now I'm technically a new adult. So if you have any new adult recommendations for me, tell me. I would love to know. And then I also love dystopian, obviously. That's what got me into reading. And I love fantasy. I love sci-fi, contemporary romance, and I also love a psychological thriller or murder mystery book is also great. What does your book collection look like? This is what my book collection looks like. I have quite a few books that I've collected over the years. It's kind of a mess right now because all my books are kind of just one big game of Tetris, because there's literally not really any room anymore for any books, which is upsetting. I definitely need to remedy that at some point. Yeah, it's my collection. Now, technically, that's the end of the Booktube Newbie Tag, but I'm gonna add in an extra question, which is, what are some other interesting facts about you? I am 19 years old and I'm in university and I'm studying music. My favorite movies are Back to the Future, The Matrix, and Kingsman. And then I also have a lot of other favorite movies, but they're probably my top 3. My favorite food is bread, which might sound a bit weird. I especially love the dinner rolls that you get at restaurants. They're my favorite type of bread, and I do always eat all the dinner rolls that come in the basket to everyone else's dismay. But I also love garlic bread, sourdough bread. I love bread. I have 2 dogs. Their names are Luna, who's a girl, and Pluto, who's a boy. They're very cute and also really weird. They definitely have very distinct personalities. Luna, are you coming in? Are you coming into the room, or are you staying out here? Pluto! What are you doing? You're gonna make me lose my spot. Hey! That's not for eating. That's not food. That's my book. Don't eat that. Oh, I love Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift is the most talented and greatest human being to ever grace the planet. I'm wearing the Folklore merchandise right this very second because Folklore is my favorite Taylor Swift album. My favorite books are... Wait, that's a spoiler. That's next week's video where I tell you what all my favorite books are. So that is officially the end of my Booktube Newbie Tag, and I hope you want to come back and watch more of my videos. So I guess I'll see you then. Bye!